The Dallas Cowboys failed Zack Martin. Yes, they failed him. This guy should have retired with at least one ring. At least one. How many other Cowboys have the Dallas Cowboys failed? DeMarcus Ware. Travis Ferguson. Jason Witten. Jason Witten, man. Like, in my opinion, the greatest Dallas Cowboys tight end ever, man. And I know we had Jay Novacek. He was good. He played with my boy Troy Aikman. I got the Troy Aikman jersey on, by the way. But Jason Witten holds, like, basically all of the tight end records for the Cowboys. And we didn't get him one ring. Right? DeMarcus Ware. Like, he holds the records for the Cowboys in sacks, right? Total sacks in a career span, right? Beast. He had to go to the Denver Broncos to get a ring. Like, come on, man. We couldn't partner, like we couldn't like sign a player that could match DeMarcus Ware. We couldn't sign a player, right? Jason Witten, Tony Romo. Come on, man. I don't know if you remember, but before we had Tony Romo, the Dallas Cowboys franchise was in despair. Like, we was in despair, man. We was just sad. But I was still rocking with my boys, man. I was still rocking with them, but still, it's like nothing was going on with us. I'm watching every game. We losing. We have Drew Bledsoe at the time. Like, he was like, at that time, Drew Bledsoe was like a stiff. He was basically a mannequin. He couldn't move, man. So they were just blitzing. And I remember that game when like Tony Romo came in, man. He came in because everybody wanted him to play. Everybody was dying for him to play. And he finally came in. And it wasn't a great game for Tony Romo. It wasn't a great game at all. But we saw little flashes, right? We saw flashes. I remember he fumbled the snap. The Giant, it was the Giants against the New York Giants. Michael Strahan. And I guess that song "We Fly High" by Jim Jones was the hottest thing, right? It was like a New York theme right there. And every time they would make a play on the Cowboys, they'd do bowling. I remember that I was hot. I was so hot, but I was kind of happy because I saw Tony Romo. That boy had an arm. He was moving around in the pocket. I was like, man, that boy got potential. Boy, I was like, boy. And then after that, you already know what happened after that, you know. He had a nice season, man. Took over. It was Tony Romo mania, man. I remember that, boy. I also remember him fumbling that snap. But anyway, like, bro, that was a great time. But we should have got Tony Romo a ring, man. Oh, my God. Sean Lee. Remember Sean Lee? Man, that man was nice. Middle linebacker, man. He could cover. He could, like, bro, stop the run, boy. He was a one-man wrecking crew, bro. We didn't even have to have anybody on the defense. Just Sean Lee. Like a heat-seeking missile. Just, man, he was one of the best tight ends. I mean, not best middle linebackers I've ever seen. Best. Man. Sean Lee, man. No ring. And so it's countless of players that the Cowboys didn't get rings, man. And to bring it back to Zack Martin, man, like, one of the best guards the Cowboys ever seen, man. All pro, like, just a great guy, man. A great guy. Pro Bowl. I just gotta salute him, man. Salute him for all your service, man. I know last year didn't go well for you. Got injured and stuff. Heard that he was playing with pain, like really serious pain, and now he's retiring. Right? He's retiring. He's hanging up his cleats, man. I just wish we would have got you a ring, my guy. And you wasn't like them other players, like that went to other teams. You stayed with us. And, I mean, you balled until it was over, man. And just we really appreciate you. And, like, I know if you're watching this and you're a Cowboy fan, I know you appreciate him, man. Because how many holes that he opened up for Zeke, like, and all the other running backs, man. I remember when he was on the top of his game, man, he was opening up holes. They didn't run, like, nobody else direction but Zack Martin because he was open. It was like part of the Red Sea. Man. Oh, yeah, I forgot. What about Tyron Smith, man? Tyron Smith. He had to go with the Jets, man. He was one of the best left tackles ever as well for the Cowboys. And we didn't get him a ring. He was a machine, boy. Like a robot. Just, man, boy, we had so many, like, the Cowboys have had so many great players, man. So many great, like, players. But we just couldn't put it together, man. We couldn't have a collection of great players or the right role players to go with them, to fill up the spots that we had. Like we just had a good. Like let's take it back to Romo. He had T.O., he had Jason Witten, but we didn't have a running back. He was running for his life, like on every play because he didn't have no time to throw. He had to improvise and stuff like that. And the defense, we had DeMarcus Ware, but who else do we have with Tony Romo? We didn't really have that many good players. We had liabilities on the team, like on the defense. We just had DeMarcus Ware and who else? No one else. And I know people are going to say Roy Williams, but Roy Williams was a good tackle. He could tackle, but he couldn't cover. We all know that. He couldn't cover. They used to isolate him to the right side. And I know you remember the New York Giants, Jeremy Shockey. They used to isolate Jeremy Shockey on Roy Williams, and he used to eat him up. Eat him up. Like breadsticks at Olive Garden. That's what used to happen to Roy Williams all the time. And that's what was our Achilles heel, was the defense, right? And then, let's say bring it to Dak Prescott, right? Right now we got Dak Prescott, Rico Dotto, CeeDee Lamb, and that's it on offense. That's it. CeeDee Lamb. That's our offense, right? Our best player on offense is CeeDee Lamb. Best player on defense is, we already know, my guy, Micah Parsons. That's it. He's like the replacement of DeMarcus Ware, right? And we can't just have a superstar player on offense and a superstar player on defense. We gotta get the other players. We gotta get them help, or we're gonna be wasting their talent as well. We can't afford to waste this talent. We can't, man. We got them. They're great players, man. We can't wait until they're worn out, until they don't have any more passion to play the game, and they are injured every week, and we're done. We gotta start looking for another superstar player. We gotta build around the players and go to the Super Bowl and win another ring. That's what we need to do. Come on, Jerry. Look, you did it before. I believe you can do it again. A lot of people don't believe in you, but I believe that you can do it again. But you gotta want to do it. You gotta get the hunger, man. You're like, man, you in slow motion. We gotta speed this up. I know you're trying to build. We need to start splashing, making some splash plays, because we need to get back to greatness. Yes, we need to get back to greatness, man. Remember, when we had 8, we was good, man, but we had a team. We didn't just have 8. We had 88, 22. We had Ken Norton Jr. on the defense. Man, we had Darren Woodson, safety. Bro, we had players. We were stacked. We need to get back to that. Picking the right players, signing players, drafting players, man. Let's not waste CeeDee Lamb. Let's not waste Michael Parsons. Let's not waste their talent. Okay? So I believe that we can do this. I believe. Just like I believe before we had Tony Romo, and I was watching Matt Castle, Ryan Leaf, Drew Bledsoe. I was watching a lot of quarterbacks come through the Dallas Cowboys before we found Tony Romo. And I still have faith. I was still rocking with the Cowboys. And I would never stop rocking with the Cowboys. It's Dallas Cowboys for life. I've been a Cowboys fan since the 2nd grade, and ain't nothing gonna change that, all right? But, hey, I need something to be rooting for, all right? Okay? And if you made it this far in this video, I appreciate you for watching. And you have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next video.